It's very ironic that the primary cause of alcoholism in this country is currently very busy fighting alcohol. As we speak, Ruto has banned alcohol in the following places, and I quote, this is an infographic from NTV, alcohol sale banned in supermarkets, home deliveries and couriers, residential premises and areas, online sale of alcohol will also be prohibited. Restaurants, same thing. Basic education, tertiary and higher learning institutions. That one does make sense. Public beaches, public parks, amusement parks, recreational facilities, medical facilities, sports facilities, bus parks, bus stops, petrol stations, public transport, outlets selling children-related products, e.g. toys. That also makes sense. Everything else so far doesn't. Hawking. Yes, you shouldn't be hawking alcohol. Vending machines have also been targeted. So in other words, kila mtu akitaka kukunywa aende bar ama mahali pombe inakuwa manufactured. Now on top of that, there is more confusion that the national government has brought about. The legal drinking age has gone up from 18 to 21. Just listening to Trevor.
Kenyans under the age of 21 could soon face arrest and prosecution for consuming alcohol if a new government policy is implemented. The 2025 National Policy on Alcohol, Drugs and Substance Abuse, approved by the Cabinet in June, proposes to raise the legal drinking age from 18 to 21. The policy also seeks to ban online alcohol sales, vending machines, and home delivery of alcoholic products as part of a broader effort to tighten regulations and curb abuse.
Now that's another gray area right there. If you're old enough to drive, old enough to start a business, and old enough to go to war on behalf of your country, you should be able to have a beer. And so to make this make sense, let them reevaluate the very definition of a minor. Let 21-year-olds and below be considered minors, because otherwise this law won't make sense. Anywho, back to alcohol. Why is the national government executing this move? Why now? That's what I want us to look into in this video, and with no further ado, let's get after it. Reason number one for banning alcohol is to make Gachagua look irrelevant. You see, Gachagua single-handedly fought alcohol and finished it in Mlima Kenya. Then after his impeachment, alcohol was returned. And they expected Gachagua to keep quiet about it since he was impeached and hounded out of office, but he kept calling them out. In fact, here's the tape.
Mambo ya pombe. Mimi nikiwa naibu wa rais nilipigana na pombe na dawa za kulevya. Kweli ama uongo? Ilipungua haikupungua? Then along the way tukakuwa na shida sana na rais wetu juu ya hiyo. Na tulikuwa na makampuni karibu 56 zilikuwa zinatengeneza ile pombe ya kuua watu. Hizo mafactory yote nikafunga, tukawacha 2 tukiwa na kamati ambayo nilisimamia. Na baada ya sisi kufunga hizo factories na kukaza machiefs na police, pombe ikapungua. Vijana wakaanza kurudi nyumbani, wakaanza kuoga, hata wasichana wetu wakaanza kupata watoto. Na tukaanza kuona dalili inarudi. Hasa hapa kwa Mlima Kenya, Nakuru, Laikipia, Nyandarua, pahali tulikuwa tumewezwa sana na hii pombe haramu. Ndio PS wa internal security akaambiwa na rais kwenda fungua hizo makampuni. Na makampuni zisipofunguliwa, zikaambiwa sisipeleke hiyo pombe pahali ingine, silete hapa kwa Mlima Kenya. Na ndio mimi nikakuwa na shida sana na rais, na nikamwambia tukiwa Nyandarua, nikamwambia unakosea watu wa Kenya, hawa watoto wetu kufungulia hao pombe iwaue ni makosa.
So this has been done to kill Gachagua's claims that he was the only one fighting alcohol. They now want to give Ruto that same praise and say that he did a better job than Gachagua ever did during his 2.5 years in office. And everybody can see it for what it is. This is just a campaign strategy. You know, the best example that comes close to this is when people are married or dating and then wanaachana. After kuachana, mmoja anaenda sasa anaanza kufanya skincare routine, anaenda gym. You are now pretending to be so good, but when you are there, you are useless. That is the type of thing that the president is doing. When Gachagua was in government and they were together, he was not even raising a finger to fight alcohol. After impeaching Gachagua is now when alcohol is such a priority as we head into 2027. Everyone can see through that. And by the way, this is just a proposal. The implementation of the same could lead to very serious maandamano and chaos in this country. Now, the second reason for trying to ban alcohol in these areas is the fact that we're heading into 2027. Na watu wanatafuta pesa ya campaign through njia ya wizi ya kimabavu, i.e. weaponizing the government. They now want to start collecting illegal bribes from these outlets to either make exceptions or change policies that favor them. For instance, supermarkets can be told to bring 200 million Kenya shillings so that they can be exempted from these laws and allowed to continue selling their liquor. It's all just extortion and conmanship. Let's call it what it is, because that's the only way to bypass these roadblocks of corruption that have been planted by Kenya Kwanza. Anywho, having said that, let's see how Kenyans on X received this information, and I quote. Derek Kabuye said, so Kenyans can only buy alcohol direct from the manufacturing plant. What thinking is this? Musheru Ace said, all public transport banned except airplanes. Maskini ya jipange. Dr. Dennis Addison Ouma said, great work by the government of President William Ruto. Alcohol is a useless drug, the deadliest drug globally. Has no benefit to the society except the destruction of people's lives. In fact, alcohol consumption should be banned in Kenya. BMW Real Sengali said, whoever came up with this list must be a boomer. And to crown it, they are the problem we have as a society. Some guy with an Arabic name which I can't read said, gatekeeping so that the underground mafia can profit from what they do best. Vicky K said, no need for this, just say where we can buy it, period. Hizo zingine patia mama Rachel. So I think this guy is saying this list is so extensive and it's targeting places where you can't buy. Yeye anataka apatiwe list ambayo inamwambia ni wapi atanunua so that he can save time. Anywho, what say you guys? Do drop me your own comments in the comment section below and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. In the event you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.